Hey Steve, hope all is well. Check in here. Overall, the last week. So, sleep wise, all been good. Feel like I'm in a better sleeping pattern again. Getting back up a bit earlier into what was my more previous ish lockdown routine, which is good. Food wise, been eating. Weight is coming up slowly. Um, I do feel like body comp is changing a little. Maybe get a photo next week, but I'm not sure if that's a bit too much in my head. Um, but it's slowly on the rise. So I'm not sure if it's at the rate you'd like it to be. But other than that, so when it comes to the food side of things, everything's been fine. Been eating enough. I'm gonna try and rotate a few protein sources this week just to mix things up a bit. But other than that, nothing complicated. Everything's pretty fine food wise. When it comes to training, I took into consideration a bit more on what you said last week and in terms of the readiness and the fatigue and everything. So I definitely feel like I can get more volume out. I feel like, uh, okay, so it's been quite an interesting year when I look back at a lot of body parts and how they respond to things. So I do feel like, for example, my arms and delts can get away. They always feel pretty good, even though with the frequency and volume, I feel like I can get away with quite high volume. And I don't know. So this has got an interesting one. I was going to ask you your opinion on this. I feel like firstly, I think my hamstrings get away with. I think because I'm quite longer, like I have longer lower limbs, I feel like my hamstrings kind of get a bit of work anyway with things like the squatting, and even if it's leg press, pretty quad dominant. I feel my hamstrings, for example, get away with quite minimal volume. I know they do anyway, but I feel that does happen. Legs. This is quite an interesting one. I found like I used to. I don't know if it was when I was younger. I probably used to just do way too much volume, just never really get any growth. But I feel like legs actually probably do respond better to a bit less volume because I feel like legs just wipe me out now, and I'm not sure if that's more of a process of just being generically stronger. And I feel like, for example, leg wise, I got a lot more out of just doing quality sets on that leg press back when we were in the gym and at home. Yeah, so that's quite interesting. But things like my arms and delts, I still think like I know we got one more session where it's a bit more focused, but I feel like they recover quite well and can handle a bit more volume. Some good news actually is for calves, what I've done now is I've got a good position where I can actually add the dumbbells now to a weight belt and just do calf raises. It sounds so sad, but actually it was quite exciting being able to do that properly. And I've also got so I mentioned last week my elbow. It's actually been a bit better this week. I just kept it a lot more mobile, but things that I've noticed I can do now is actually I can add the cuffs to the bands, and that can work quite nicely for some side laterals in the future and rear delt work maybe. So that's cool. And also I've got a tricep rope that I bought for the gym, and that is actually coming quite handy for like a motor row variation, or I could maybe even use that for a tricep in the future, maybe for an overhead freeze or something like that. So got some manipulation there for future, and in terms of just like on the joints, because a lot of what I'm doing is dumbbell wise. But other than that, volume wise, I feel like I can get away with a bit more. I'll let you go by what I've put down. Other than food is, I'm just ticking the boxes, man. So we'll see what happens from here. But other than that, everything's okay. Trying to put my all into the sessions more than I was. So I'll just wait for your feedback based on everything that you see in the program. And yeah, I don't feel like I have too much to report, just a week of ticking the boxes. So apologies if there's not too much there. But yeah, that's all good, Steve. Thank you so much. Hope you're well.